Hello and welcome to Redefining Strength. This is the first episode of a new podcast that I'm starting. My name is Rob Carr. Hopefully you have followed me on my Instagram account, or my old friend from school, or I've played football with you, or if it's you, Mum, hi. You're probably one of the very few people watching or listening to this, but I don't mind, it's fine. The whole point of setting up this podcast was to try some longer form content, because I do a lot of my content on Instagram, which is great, and I absolutely love creating content on that platform. But I wanted to do a little bit more detail. I wanted to dive into a bit more information around strength training, specifically around the TRX Suspension Trainer. I use that a lot. It's one of my main tools, and that is something that this podcast is going to heavily focus on. Before we get started, just a little brief intro to who I am and hopefully what you're going to get from listening to these podcasts. So firstly, I'm Rob, and I've been in the industry for over 14 years now. So I've helped thousands of clients along the way. You've probably heard it all before. I'm not going to go too deep into who I am, why I'm here. You're not interested in that. You're more interested in what I can offer you in terms of my level of knowledge and expertise. So we're going to get to that point quite quickly. Your time is valuable, so I understand that you don't want to be spending loads of time listening to a podcast that just rambles on about nothing that you can actually use. So what I want to do is briefly explain why this podcast is useful for you. I have worked with people from the age of 8 to 90, and I've helped people from never exercising their whole life to professional athletes. And one thing I have always found is that you need to find the right method for them, the right tools for them, the right motivation for them. And there is something for everyone, but it's not the same. The cookie cutter blanket workout programs that you can get off of AI, Google, or your mate who's following a program, they will serve a purpose, but they probably won't help you find the love of training. So going back to where I post my content at the moment, it's on Instagram. And I started doing that just after the pandemic. Everyone was going online, and I found that there wasn't really anyone doing TRX suspension training and doing it in a way that I thought was really going to serve people, in a way that they can use it at home and they can still get amazing results from using it. So that's where I started. And I started posting every other day, just because I quite enjoyed the process of doing it. I wasn't doing it for any financial gain. I wasn't really doing it for likes or anything like that. I was just doing it because that's what I did with my clients and what I trained with myself. So that probably started 2020, and now we're 2025, and I'm just, I think, under 90,000 followers, which is pretty cool. I suppose is one metric that I can look at that says, what I post is valuable to people because they follow me and they engage with my posts, and it benefits them in some way, which is amazing. I really enjoy the video editing part of it too. I like to make things engaging, and this is a bit strange for me, just talking to a camera, and I'm not going to be doing too much editing with it. I'll be cutting up a few ums, but not all of them, and it's going to feel a bit different, I suppose. But I'm really hoping that I can get more information across in this style of content. What I want to try and leave you with is some actionable things that you can use in your training, or something that you can just start to think about and perhaps implement at a later date, and open your mind as to the type of training that you are doing at the moment and whether that is the best style for you. And if it is, then amazing. I want to encourage that. But I don't see enough people using things like kettlebells, things like TRX suspension trainers, resistance bands even. I see a lot of people using weights, which is amazing. However, if that is your only modality of training, you probably need to venture out a little bit, and that's where I'm going to try and help you. So I'm going to keep this first episode really short, and I want to encourage you to get in touch with me. I'm really active on my Instagram, so it'll be in the show notes, but it's at RobCarrPT. And if you have any questions or want me to go through specific topics, I will add them to my ever-growing list of things I want to talk about. So please do that. And the next episode is all going to be about the TRX Suspension Trainer, which I guess would be episode 1. This is like a brief intro. So hopefully I will see you there. Thank you for listening and watching. And let's see how this one goes.